Out on the water where the sun feels right, Charlie and Anita sailing day and night. Electric power gliding clean and free. On what way, come and see. It's the narrowboat life in a brand new way. Through the locks and the laughter, come what may. Adventures calling, don't miss a day. But Charlie and Anita, on what way?
We've come to have a look at the aqueduct. Unfortunately, it's a big wooden walkway to go through, and I can carry Charlie, but Fig is just a bit too heavy. She tried, but she doesn't like it, and I get that. This aqueduct carries the Lancaster Canal over New Mill Brook. Not much water in it now because we've not had any rain. But if you look at the metal walkway, you can see all bits of debris caught in it. So clearly the water comes right up to here. You can kind of see on the wall how deep it gets. We've just got no water going anywhere. I've just met a CRT guy, really informative. And he told me about breaches, because I've never understood how they say the culvert has caused a breach in such and such a canal. Now culverts, I see those, they're a stream coming out the side. I've never even thought about it. Aqueducts and culverts are very similar. Apart from aqueducts are much bigger. As the Lancaster Canal was dug 250 years ago, they were digging their great big trench to put the canal in. Every now and again they would come across a stream that would cut across the trench that they're digging. So as to not interfere with the water, what they did was they built brick-built or stone-built tunnels, pipes, for the stream to run through under the canal. And then they put the canal bed on top of that. These are called culverts, and there are 80 of them on the Lancaster Canal alone. Now, 250 years later, the water has found its way through the bottom of the canal bed, through the bricks or the stones of the culvert, and worn away the mortar holding them in place. Eventually, the bricks inside the culvert will fall out. Then the canal will drain through that hole. Apparently, when there's a breach in a culvert, in the canal, you can see a whirlpool like somebody's pulled the plug out. In an effort to try and look after the inland waterways, the different bodies that look after certain sections will have all the vegetation cut back around the exits of the culvert. And they're looking for, is it wet one side and not the other? If it is wet going in and dry coming out, then that culvert is blocked. It's at risk of breaching. And then a robot is sent up the culvert to have a little look with its cameras to see if anything needs to be done. Come on then, girls, should we go for breakfast? She's finally found a place that she can be comfortable. The fan is on a very cold setting, as cold as we can get, and she's got her nose a few foot from it. Bless her cotton socks. It must be awful to be a black dog with a double coat in the summer. I already poured a bucket of water over her. She hasn't forgiven me yet. You join myself, Nick the cheese dog, and Charlie the boat dog. And we are all cruising to a pub called the Hand and Dagger. Apparently they've dredged just a little bit past the pub so you can get in at the side. So that's worth looking at, definitely. Roger is arriving in a few days' time and he's going to look after Fig and Charlie for me whilst I pop to Edinburgh and the Edinburgh Fringe to watch Kate perform. And I thought you lot might want to come with me, but that's in a few days' time. So first things first, we're going to have a gentle cruise and watch how Fig handles these swans. Whoa, goodness, goodness, goodness. Get. Right. Well, that was exciting. Dada Swan very upset. Babies just wanting to be fed. Huh? Fig's actually turned the throttle off, so we're just cruising along. Right, Fig indoors so I can get sorted. Thought it might be safest to have Fig indoors just whilst we've got some swans about. What do you think, baby girl? Just me. Going slowly in an effort not to drag any more weed up from the bottom to get caught around the prop. I don't know whether it'll make any difference, to be fair. But I'm not in a rush. So let's see how we go. Not too long a journey today, I don't think. This is bridge 35 and I'm hoping to get to around bridge 24, something like that. Just past the Hand and Dagger pub, which we are going to go and explore after we've moored up. Be rude not to. Morning!
Morning.
How you doing?
All right, you?
Yeah. Is that a new roof or a new building?
New building.
Cool. Have you done the lot?
Nearly.
Wow. That's impressive. It's huge. Considering this is Fig's second ever cruise, she's doing incredibly well. She's taken herself indoors because she's discovered it's a bit too hot on the deck. She's not crying. She's not making a fuss. She's a good boat dog. We're moving all right today. The only weed is this duckweed on the surface. So it isn't getting all clogged around the propeller. So much easier. I have to keep stopping just to let the duckweed leave the weed hatch area and therefore the prop. Tippy-toeing past Swillbrook Boatyard. A big variety of boats moored up here at Swillbrook Boatyard. According to that sign, I've only got 2¼ miles to go. The Salwick area is kind of where I'm heading towards. This old bridge is having a makeover, having some of its coping stones replaced. Hello, the moo. You all right? Whole field of moos. Seems to be a little bit of a boat graveyard along here. There's that boat there. And this one here. Is a cute little narrowboat. quite like looking at boats as I go past, seeing what's out there. This one's somebody's project. Bet it could be beautiful. A whole lot of our Canadian visitors wandering up a field. I don't know why this field is so popular with the geese. There's more geese than cows. The digger doing its thing. And we're just about to go under the M55. Fig seems very interested in the digger. I'm so happy not to be in that rat race anymore. She's a jolly curious dog. We've come to quite a deep cutting, and Fig, I think, is appreciating the shade. Even though Charlie's under there, I think she's appreciating it too. I love the pathway Wattway makes through the canal weed. Today, Fig has seen her first cows. Huh? Cows aren't that bothered with Fig. Oh. This is a dog living her best boaty life. Charlie's just looking on in absolute disbelief. Finding it just a little tricky to cook this evening. Can't seem to move my legs properly. Right opposite my mooring, we're on Wattway, there was a very busy moorhen. And then she jumped up into the reeds and I realised she was feeding chicks in a nest. Parent seems to be trying to encourage the chicks that are in the nest to fledge. That's a very precariously balanced small black ball of fluff. One of them just fell out the nest. Got all excited over a bit of weed that its dad brought it and it fell out. But Mum's looking after it, poking bits of food down it. The first bird has taken the plunge. That's one tiny little bird. We have a small chick fledged. Yay! Here we go. Yay, that's 3. The ones in the nest are still looked after. Parents have definitely got their work cut out with some chicks in the nest and some chicks running around on top of the canal weed. I did a spot of hoovering. I do it every day. Look at all this fig fur. And then after all that excitement, Charlie, Fig and myself went to the pub. It was a beautiful evening when we got back to the boat. Not a breath of wind. You join myself, Fig the cheese dog, and of course Charlie. And we are not going on the Ribble Link. The Canal and River Trust called me yesterday and said, due to low water levels, the system is in drought and all of the Ribble Link crossings in August have been cancelled. And that includes me. They've provisionally made me another one for the second week of September. If I'm not gone by the end of September, I'm on the Lancaster Canal for the whole of the winter. Because it's at least 4 weeks until I go onto the Ribble Link, I've decided that I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere for that long. So I've turned the boat around and we are all off to Garstang. Go and have a look at the town properly, spend some time, and then if they do lock down the canal system, which is what they're talking about, to tell all boats not to move anymore, then at least I'll be somewhere near some shops and a town. So, adventures anew, going back north, up to Garstang. Wouldn't have thought a heron could perch in a tree, would you think? It's a grey old day today, but because it's been sunny for the last few days, I've got a decent amount of power in my batteries. Fig thinks that that's appropriate whilst cruising. Please stop. Oi! Thank you. Oh, puppies. I've got a decent amount of power in my batteries. So, hopefully, we'll get to Garstang. And if we don't, because I'm fed up or it's taking too long or I've got weed around my prop every 4 seconds, then I'll stop and we'll try again tomorrow. Fig is very interested in the cows. That is one big herd of cows. Oh, one's coming down for a drink. So hopefully Fig won't get carried away. It's coming down to have a little look at us. She can't quite reach the water. Oh, bless her. Maybe they need a trough of water in their field instead. And the tranquility is spoiled by the M55. Well, that was fun. These cows are looking fancy. They've got some sort of fancy necklace round their necks. Does anyone know what they're for? They've still got the tags in their ears, so it isn't to identify them. Ooh, I'm going to get quite close to this one to see its necklace. She's showing it to us. Yeah, we can see it. Get your leg down so we can see your necklace. Now, what's those necklaces all about? Anybody know? This is a nice little mooring on this bend. Well tended. And right next door to a water point, so that's handy. There's the water, where that white post is. It's like I'm boating down the middle of a green field. It's slow going, but at least I'm going. Gas down, here we come. Under that bridge is the sight of clear water. I've been down the weed hatch so much. My clothes are filthy. I'm puffed out. I could really do with a bit of clear cruising. At least I'm cruising, I suppose. Just keep telling yourself that, Anita. All right, Charlie Bob, what are you looking at? Oh, it's a hard life. We're having to turn around. Oh, it's a little spider. Hey, Charlie. Ooh. Leave it be. It's got just as much right to be as you. Cute little bridge coming up. That's it. I'm barely moving. Time to get back down the weed hatch. I'm in a cloud of swallows. Look at that magnificent bull. I need to stop and clear my propeller again, but I'm not going to stop right next door to that chap. I'm sure it'll be fine, but he's too big to mess with. Wow. All the ladies seem to be quite keen. They're all eating grass pretty close to him. Nice. That's it for another week. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, smash the notification bell and leave a comment. It all really helps the channel. See you next Sunday.